When you're trying to get to know someone, remind yourself not to push. Pushing someone is really coming on too strong and not being in control of your own desires. And unfortunately, it happens all too often. And I'm bringing this up because as a breakup coach, I was talking to a client the other day who is recovering from her breakup and she's ready to date again. And she met a guy that she really likes. But she said, he's pushing me. He's coming on too strong. Like, I can't deal with it. And I said to her, feel free to set a boundary and tell him no. And unfortunately, it happens when you meet somebody that you're really excited about and you want to all rush in and you want to keep contacting them and seeing them. And, it needs to be a balanced relationship. You need to both be on the same page and follow the cues of somebody that you've met because they might really like you. Like, I know this has happened for myself too. I'll go out on a date, I'll meet somebody, I like them. I'm not ready to jump in and be a complete relationship, but I'm willing to give them a second chance. But then they start bombarding me. I mean, yeah, guys, years ago, I dated a guy who kept, to his credit, kept inviting me to really interesting things, right? So I kept saying yes. But it was too much. It was too much too soon. And the one night he dropped me off and he said to me, I miss you already. And I honest to God said to him, you don't give me a chance to miss you, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Remember that? And most definitely, if you're just getting to know somebody, less is more, right? Slow the pace. Like somebody commented on one of my YouTube videos the other day, what's normal in getting to know somebody? And I think really, if you've just started dating somebody, like twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. But, I think it's really hard to jump in and start seeing somebody every day when you first met them. And even to talk every day. Texting, I think, is a horrible way of communicating, but that's like a nice little way to just stay in touch and communicate. And if once you're into a relationship, you can have a conversation about how often you want to talk. Because I've had other clients that say to me, we hardly ever talk. I'd like to talk more, right? So once you're actively dating, then you can set some ground rules of what it is that you want. But in the very beginning, when you first meet somebody, then slow and steady, right? I think slow and steady is much better than all in and diving. Years ago, I met a guy that I really liked, and he invited me to his place, away somewhere. And I said, well, can I have my own room? And he said, yeah, of course, right? So look, I went, but oh my God, I couldn't wait to come home because big mistake to go away with him because then I was like captive, right? And he was perfectly gentlemanly, didn't feel like I was in any danger. But I actually said to a friend of mine, I was like, oh my God, I felt like I was this frog that this big kid found that he couldn't get enough of, like the Pepe Le Pew cat, right? If you know what I'm talking about, that the cat slides under the fence and then Pepe Le Pew, which they cut him out of Space Jam because they said he was sexually harassing women, right? So that is exactly my point. And women do this to men too. It's not just men who do this to women. My long-winded point is don't push, right? You want a little bit of mystery is good, a little bit of, and don't abandon your life. All too often somebody meets somebody and they're all in on the new person and they completely throw away all the other stuff that they do. And then that's a recipe for disaster, right? So try to take a nice, steady pace, keep a foot in the door, let them know that you're still interested, but keep living your life, keep doing your own things, keep dating other people, actually. I think it's great in the beginning to just don't ask, don't tell, and to keep dating other people so that you're not all focused on one person. So you'll have a better chance at making the relationship work if you don't come on too strong and kill any feelings that they might have developed for you before they had a chance to grow.